Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you tonight to another in the continuing series of classes from the Sandy Granite Family History Center. I'm Bob Ives, your host for the class tonight, and joining me tonight is Sister Robin Fuhlenbach, who will be addressing us here in a few minutes. And we're glad to have you here. We will have a question and answer session upon the conclusion of Robin's presentation. And then this particular class session will be available online 24/7 from the Granite Family History Center's website. And I will put that website on the chat, but it's www.granitefhc.com. Granite FHC, familyhistorycenter.com. And you can go on the website and find it under class schedule or resources. There are several tabs where you can find the class. The title of the class tonight is What's New in Family Search? And Robin, thank heavens, keeps up with all of that, which is happening as we speak all the time. New things are coming. A little bit about Robin. She served as a leader in the training zone for the Salt Lake City headquarters mission in downtown Salt Lake. She's presented a number of classes for us for the Granite Family History Center previously, including family search tips and record hints, immigration research, and a number of other classes. And Robin and I have known each other for a number of years when she was at the Salt Lake City headquarters mission, and we were doing family history guide training for the senior missionaries there. So we'll turn the time over to Robin. Welcome, Robin.
Thanks, Bob. I have to do a little disclaimer here. The lighting in this room where I am looks like I have a halo. I really don't. I'm not angelic at all, but that just happens to be the way the lighting works. So tonight we are going to talk about what's new in family search, and this will not be exhaustive because there are changes happening all the time. But I think these are some of the more maybe germane things that we can use and we can share with people in their family history centers, and maybe they can get some help from what we have to show them. So what if, so I get my computer to work here. What if you want to keep up on things and you don't really want to have to go to a class every time to find out what's going on? You can access the Family Search blog to find out what's new. And where you do this is at the bottom of every family search page, you find this menu. And if you notice, there's the blog right there. And you just click on that, and this menu will show at the top of your page. So you can go right to the blog, you can go to categories, or you can do a search for something that you're looking for. And there's also has a place where you can subscribe, and you will receive an email with their blog link every so often. I'm not exactly sure how it is. It's on a regular basis, but I don't do that. So I just go in whenever I feel like it. I don't subscribe to their thing. Okay. These are the things that we're going to talk about that are new. I guess the big news is complete digitization of the 2.4 million microfilms that Family History Library had. And this is a big, big deal. They've been working on this for many years. Also, there's a new search tool that has been put in, and it's maybe been a month, maybe not quite a month. Also, there have been several languages that have been added to Family Search, now making it 30. So you can do Family Search in 30 different languages. Also, there's a banner on the Family History Center computers now that talks a little bit more about the premium sites access. We're going to talk about that and what partner sites are available. We'll talk about the changes in the help feature, and maybe nothing new about the temple tabbed options except a couple of little tricks that you can use. And the discovery pages for your ancestors have been pretty popular in Family Search. And there is a way that you can make one on an ancestor that you do not have a discovery page for, that they haven't done in Family Search yet. You can make your own, and then it will be saved in Family Search. And then we'll talk for just a minute about what's in the works, what we should be looking forward to in the next little while. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So we'll talk first of all about the digitization of these records. I know that in 1930, they started microfilming. The Utah Genealogical Society started microfilming records. And over the years, they have accumulated 2.4 million microfilms. Not microfiche, that's not in this count. It's only the microfilms. And they've been stored at the Granite Mountain vaults, and then they have been digitized. And so now they have met that big goal that they had. And it's pretty cool because over the years, they have the completion dates have shortened as the new technology has come available. And more helpers were put in and things were more efficient. So it's been pretty amazing that they've gotten it done so far. So how do you access these new records? And to explore the Family Search's free collection, remember they're free, of indexed records and images, go to yourfamilysearch.org and you can search both records and images. The images feature enables users to see the digitized images from the microfilm collection and more. But you will need your Family Search account to access this service. So if you're helping somebody who wants to get into these records and does not have a Family Search account, you'll have to help them get logged in for a free account. It is really amazing. It's just really amazing. So we're going to use the new search tool in order to access these records. And so we'll get kind of two steps in one here. We'll see how to get into the new records, and we will also talk about the new search tool. So how to get in at the top of the page of the Family Search page. This is what it looks like. You choose search. And then this is the menu that appears. You have 7 choices here. And from those 7 choices, you can choose records, or images, or records. And they will be the 2 ones that will allow you access to all of these new microfilmed records. The historical images, this is the menu that comes if you click on images, and you have explore historical images. And there are some really cool things with this menu. You can see that there's a number here of images that are going and counting. So when you get onto this website and you get onto this menu, this number is spinning around and it's growing. So just take a quick look at that. There's 314437. You don't have to remember those numbers, but in a minute, I'll show you what happened when I saved this image from another time, and it's gotten huge compared to this. So they're really going, the numbers change rapidly. Okay, one of the places you can go to see these records is to view the most recently added ones, and that will start with the most recent, and then it will go down chronologically for when they were added. Another thing that you can look at is, why can't I search names? I think that's the most frequently asked question on this site. Why can't I go on here? Because the only option that's given to you is place to do a search. So why can't you search the names? The best answer to that is that to show up on names or in a name search, they have to be indexed. And when only about 20% of these huge numbers of digitized records have been indexed. And so we don't want to wait for them to be indexed to be able to use them. And so that's why they're available here. And we'll look at the search option next. So here's a place if you want more search options, you want to narrow your search down a little bit. This is the more search options menu. And again, look at the number here. It was 3 something and now it's 772. So it went up 400,000 in that time between the time I saved that image and the time I saved this image. When you click on this, you have data and event, a life event added that you can search with. And if you still want more criteria, you can show the advanced search. And that is, this is the menu that gives you the advanced. So you could go to all kinds of different things to go in there and do some searching. If you want to search with an image group, you have to add something in one of these fields in order for it to work. So you'd need to add a place or you'd need to add a date, and then the search image groups option will work. But you can't just click on it and it will go to there. You have to add something for it to start with. Okay, this is the search historical records box, and it's changed a little bit from what it was like the 1st of September. I don't know exactly what date it was that they switched over, but this is the new record. And the goal was with Family Search was to try to simplify the experience. So you only have 4 boxes up here in order to do a search. That's the first step. So there you've got names, last names, you've got place, and you've got year, birth or death year. Now, again, if you want to go to more, there's an option to do to more. I don't know if you remember, oh, there's the more options button. In the old menu, the browse all collections was called browse all published collections, and it was located down underneath everything on the right hand side. Family Search still hasn't made it big. They still haven't given it what I think it deserves is a little bit more space, but it is still there. And it's a new name. All they do is take out published, and it's a new location. But this is a place where you can look for all of the digitized records in here. All the Family Search digitized records. So that's a good place. It's still the same place. You can go to all the digitized records and you can arrange them according to when they were added to the site. So you can click on the menu and it'll change it to show you the ones that were added that day and go to the ones that were added earlier. Another place that has been new, I haven't noticed it there before, is this Tips for Effective Searches spot. It takes you to an extensive tutorial, and it's called Best Practices and Search Tips for Historical Searches or for historical records. And it's got, if you're questioning, you're not sure what you're doing, this is a great place to go and get some help. And it'll go through each one of the menu options and talk about what there is there. Okay, this is the more options menu. And this is for the record search. Notice that it still asks for the same thing. There's nothing new except the way they've put it together. So any of these places, any oval box that has a plus sign in it can be added by clicking on the box, and then the box will open up for you to add that information. I highlighted alternate name here because that is a really handy search for when you're looking for women. If you have the maiden name and the married name, you can click and alternate the search and have it look for both at the same time. If you want to only do, if you want to find all the children of a couple, you don't put anything in the names box, but you add the mother and father's names, and then it'll search for all the children with those parents. So there's some handy little items that you can do. Okay, let's go to finding available languages. If you've helped somebody who is a non-English speaker, non-native English speaker, and they want to see their Family Search account in their native language, go to the bottom of the page. This is the blog at the place at the very bottom of the page. It's at the bottom of every single Family Search page. And this happens to show that my thing is in English. And I want to point out this world icon, because that's the one that's going to help you if you were in a different language and you don't know what you're looking at. Okay, these are the other languages that are available. Now, I looked at those and I thought, I have no idea what some of them even are, but the native speakers will. And so if they want to change, they just click on the box by the one they want to change to, and then you must click the apply button for it to work. And then everything from that point on in the Family Search menus and things will be in that language. The default is English. And if you can't figure out what language it is or where to change it back to English, look for this little world icon. That's the thing that's going to help you. Okay, if you've logged on to a Family History Center live computer recently, this banner has been coming across the front, the very first page. And it's only on Family History Center computers. So if you try to look at home, you won't find it. But this is to help you find different premium websites. And you can learn about classes and workshops and about resources that are available to you when you visit a center in person. You can't get them at your home computers. So if you want to know what sites are available at the Family History Library, then you can click on this button. Occasionally, you will find a record as you're going through things that will not let you see the image on it. And it says you need to be in a Family History Center in order to see those images. And so this is part of the premium Family History websites portal. So this is what the next, if you're looking at sites, this comes up next. And this is kind of hard to read and hard to see, but it's an important part of the story here. It says premium websites are available to all guests through local Family History Centers. If the center computers are correctly configured with the Family History Center services portal, the site should not require passwords or signing in. So that's a plus to be in the Family History Center. I guess that's kind of an advertisement for getting people to come to the centers. These are the sites that it shows on that when you click that site, it gives you 19th century British newspapers. This Alexander Street is really quite extensive. It's the social and cultural history, and it has American Civil War, U.S. ephemera. It has women and social movements. This is where you can be on American Ancestors. It's the institution version of Ancestry. You can get on Archive Digital, which is Swedish records. You can do FamNet, which is New Zealand. You can do Find My Past, which is the UK. Fold 3 is military records. Jenny and Ed is Western Europe, not the UK. And it also includes the MyHeritage Library Edition, which I think has incorporated Philae into it. I'm not sure. It's still, Philae still shows up on the person pages, but I understand MyHeritage has acquired it. You can also go to newspapers.com or the Paper Trail, Western American Migration, or Pazilla from these premium family history websites. And only at the Family History Library can you get Ancestry Institution or the MyHeritage Library Edition, which is a little bit more extensive. So how do you know which partner sites you've signed up for? You know, I have that question given to me a lot. From the main family history page, you click on your name. Remember how that is, and the drop-down menu appears, and you go to settings. And then from the settings option, you choose permissions. And then you scroll down to the partner access list to see what sites you have access to, what you link to. And you can also include to revoke any access here if you want. So I do this quite regularly because there are several sites on there that I didn't know I had access to. So I try to keep track of them and get rid of the ones that I don't use ever. Okay, let's go to the help feature. To get to the help feature, again, you're up at the upper right-hand corner of the login page. You click on the icon, the question mark icon, to access the help menu. And the menu doesn't look any different, but it can now be dragged and dropped to anywhere on the desktop. And that hasn't always been the case. So I think it's pretty handy that you can kind of move it around and you can look at things on it while you're also on your site. Or if you have a double screen or a split screen, you can have it there in one place and move it around a little bit. It's pretty handy. There are a couple of things in the help menu that have changed. This is where you can access the community section and go to different groups that you may be enrolled in or interested in. That's here. And this is also the place where you can go to contact us. And it has changed. Okay. The contact us section, when you click on that button, you get contact support. And the contact support is the place where you can ask questions and report issues or browse posts about the Family History Library. And that is through the Family Search community. So community has two purposes now. It's where you can put in requests and help questions. It's also where you can connect with other researchers doing work on a specific community, like I'm enrolled in the German community. And so I can go there and ask a question and get help from the people who are on the site. Okay. In addition to community, the following phone and chat options are available. So if you go here and you click on Family Search Community, this is the option. These are your categories in the Help Center. And this menu comes up once you've clicked on Visit the Family Search Community. Okay, this is where you can ask questions, report issues, browse posts, all things family history. And there are a lot of other menu options here. These are the Help Center categories. So all inquiries will remain on the community lists along with their responses. So if you scroll down under that menu, you get to, under that contact support menu, you will find sites worldwide to find a chat link and the phone numbers for all these different places where you can have a live chat or you can have a phone number to reach a real person. There is no longer an email option. You cannot send in a request by email, and you will not have a case created or sent to you. So the only way you're going to get the help is through the live chat, calling people, or through the community center. So that's I think that's kind of a big change in the help feature. So the support for the North America is way down the list. So don't give up and think, how am I supposed to help? How am I supposed to find these people to get help? But if you just keep looking, and if you'll notice, I don't know if you notice what this number is. It's kind of significant. 4 for April, 6 for the month and date of 1830. That's the date that the church was organized. So if you can remember that date, you can remember this phone number. Okay, let's talk about temple information. Sometimes you have an opportunity to share information with people who are not of our faith. and they don't quite understand all the stuff about the LDS temples and their purposes. And we have all that on the computer on their page, and they get kind of confused, and sometimes it can be a distraction. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable. So if you want to take the temple information off your family tree page, you can do it by going to the upper right, again, upper right corner, like we've had, of the family search page. You choose settings again, and then you choose account. And under the account, you scroll down to family tree preferences, and that's what it looks like right here. And then you click on the box that says show temple information. When that is blank, like the one below it, then it will not show the temple information. It won't have a header across the top of the page. It will not have temple in a word or anything in the family history page, in the family search page. So this is how you get rid of it for the whole thing. And it will stay there that way until you come back in here to the same place, settings, account, family tree preferences, and click that box again. And then when it's blue and with a check mark in it, then you're going to be able to see your temple information. Now that's kind of a roundabout way to have to do it for every time you want to prepare something for somebody. So if you just want to print a family group sheet or a pedigree chart without the temple information showing, go through the print option. So you've got your record up here, and you will see the URL at the top. And under ordinances equal at true will show all of the LDS ordinance data. If you change it to false, just change this word, type over it, and type in true instead of false, then that document, and only that document, will print without the temple information. And it won't affect how the ordinances are displayed in Family Tree. So you don't have to go back and change things all over again. I think that is a really cool little thing to learn, because I end up having to do that a lot. Okay, let's talk about the discovery pages. These have been around for a while, but they are not available for every person on Family Tree. So let's read this little. This is what the Family Search blog has to say about it. You can now find some of the best experiences Family Search has to offer, all gathered in one place. The Ancestry Discovery pages. With Family Search's updated Ancestry Discovery pages, you can do everything from viewing the photos and the timelines of your ancestors' lives to exploring their heritage with fun, interactive online activities. And I think this is Family Search's way of saying, let's get everybody involved. You don't have to be a dyed and true genealogist to enjoy Family Search. You can go in and find family members and find out all kinds of interesting things about them just by going to their discovery page. So if a discovery page is available for your ancestor, this banner is shown across the top of their person page. Okay, so the little green icon here with an exclamation point in it, and then this wording, there's a new discovery version of this person page, and you can click on that to learn about what's different. And it will take you to a blog article with different links about telling you what that is. If you just want to go to that discovery page, you click on this, or if you want to dismiss it, you can do that. But if you go to the discovery page, it will take you to your ancestors page. And if you want to find another discovery page, you can use the search at the bottom of the page to go there. So we'll go to here in just a minute. I think we have enough time that I'll show you one, and I'll show you what we can do with it. The discovery pages are, like I said, not for everybody. They won't have everyone in there. And so if you want to make a discovery page for one of your ancestors, you can do that. Okay, here's one for my grandmother, Christy Josephine Jensen. And it has a life summary. It has her spouse and children. It has photos and memories. And over here it says there are 6 more. And I could click on that to show 6 more. I could learn about her heritage and her homeland, which she has, her parents and grandparents were Danish. And you could do a traditional dress where you can put your face in the costume. My grandkids love this one. They love this one. And here you can see the timeline. And I've cut it off. There's a whole lot beyond this that you can see. I just want to do a little warning here, though. If you look, you can see there's a weird picture. It's kind of a wonky picture. This is one that I scanned in from another scanner, and it didn't work. It didn't scan the whole thing. It just scanned the page with all this white stuff, and then the picture got cut off. So that happened, and that is how it is in the person page. It isn't something that the discovery page has done. That's a mistake. So if you have a mistake on this page, they are in the person page, and you can correct them from there. It will take a while for the corrections to show up on the discovery page, however, because they don't do it immediately. They do a upgrade or about, I don't know, periodically, every week, maybe 2 weeks, where they go in and redo the discovery pages. Okay, so if you want to look for somebody else, at the bottom of the page, there will be this menu, and you just add their name, put them in there, and search for them. You can also share this with your family and friends on Facebook, Twitter, or WhatsApp. If you've got grandkids, you want to talk to them about grandma stories of one of your ancestors, here's a place you can just plug that in and send it to them and say, okay, get up on it and let's talk about this person. And it turns out to be kind of a fun experience. Okay, if your ancestor does not have a discovery page, you can create one. And you use this address, which is ancestors.familysearch.org/EN for English / and then you put the person's PID numbers in for these X's. So that gives the computer someplace to go to look for these ancestors. It's a family search thing, but it's ancestors.familysearch. You have to make sure you put in the number for the X's, or you won't get anywhere. Okay, let's talk about what's in the works. I don't know if you recognize Ron Tanner, but we call him Family History Ron. That's one of his blog names. I, over the years, have been kind of frustrated with the way Family Search deals with living people. And Ron says that they are making some really good headway, and they're getting closer to making sharing living family trees a reality. So let's look at what I've learned. So during the month of November, Family Search made available to a few Family Search patrons a test of the new feature that would allow living members of a family to privately link and share information about their common living ancestors or common living relatives, and they are living at that time. So one person would create the group, and then that person would invite living family members to join. Those in the group could then share memories, stories, other information about those living people with the group, and it's all privately. Not everybody can see it, just those people from the group. So this, I can see the value of this in lots of different ways. One of them would be the elimination of duplicate living family members. You can merge the ones that everybody has put in there. So if grandma has 5 children and buku grandchildren, and they all have listed her as in Family Search, but she's living, then this is a place where you could get rid of all those duplicates. It's also a really fun place to do a virtual family reunion. You can get on there and do all that. So they tried it, they tested it out, and there was a guy that actually was a test person and showed how it would work, but it's not there yet for everybody. So go Family Search, let's get it done. I'm ready. All right, the Family History Guide, we know the fhguide.com weekly blog lists what's new at their site, and sometimes it includes what's new at Family Search as well. So they keep up on it really good. And I know that the September 12th blog had our classes listed, our Granite Family History Center classes listed there. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this screen and go to my family search screen. And I want to talk about my ancestor, Anne Elizabeth Patton. If you look at her, she doesn't have a discovery page. So I want to make a discovery page for her. So do you remember how I did that? I would go to, can you see this page?
No, you need to share it again, Robin.
Oh, okay, sorry. Where am I? There I am. Share screen. I thought I had it up there. Okay, now we got her. Now can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is Annie Elizabeth Patton. She's my great-great-grandmother, and she doesn't have a discovery page. So I want to do a discovery page for her. So I need to know her ID number. So I'm going to copy her ID number, and then I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to put in there, can you see this? You see what I'm doing? ancestors.familysearch.org. And when I bring that up, remember how I had to put in EN and then her PID number. Oh dear, it's not going to work. Anyway, it did when I wasn't doing this for real. Okay, so I guess that's not going to work. So let's go to a different thing with that person, but that same ancestor. I know that works. I guess this is where you just have to put it in and do it that way. So what I did is I thought, okay, I'm going to I want to print her family group sheet. So I went ahead and went to the print menu and got this. Notice this is the one that's got all of the temple ordinance data on it. I don't want that to show. So if you look up here, can you see where my mouse is? I take this word true and I type in false. And when I hit, oh, don't you just love it? We'll start from scratch. We're going to do a family. I'm in, right? I'm going to go down here. Close that. I'm going to go down to a family tree. Does anybody else have these problems with family search? Okay, I guess we're done. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and now we're open for questions. If you have any questions about what I did, and I'm sorry if I confused you at the last, nothing worked, but I wanted to show you. It really does work, I promise.
Anybody has any questions for Robin? You can ask those now, or you can put them in the chat. And we can try to get back to you later. This is a quiet group.
Yeah. I think they're all asleep.
No, I don't think so.
It's a good thing they're muted or we could hear them snoring, right?
They're probably working on their own computers, trying to do what you just tried to do and probably getting the same result.
I hope not. I hope it's working.
And Murphy's Law.
Why
Thank
would
you,
I show it? Right.
Thank you, Robin. We appreciate you taking the time
Well, you're welcome.
to do this for us. And we have for everyone, be sure and tune in next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for our next class. And the full class schedule can be found on the Granite Family History Center website, www.granitefhc.com, and just click on the tab at the top that says schedules, and you can find the class schedule. So thank you, Robin.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Robin. I'm
You're
gonna have to
Thank
watch
you,
this
Robin.
again.